morning, how are you doing, everybody? Good afternoon, whatever. But so today, you guys saw yesterday video or last week video, I don't know, but you guys saw last time my S15 engine was really broken, like all the metal shaving and whatnot. I couldn't believe it. I personally only had it for Joby for probably 2 events and it just blew up. So obviously it was broken from before. It's alright. I'm not really mad. At least I have the car still. It's very expensive car in USA, hard to come by. But at least I have the car. Now I'm gonna have a fully built engine from JP, and I just be able to, finally actually own a fully built engine. That's kind of exciting. Anyway, I always wanted to use JP to build something, but I'm not gonna build something that's not broken yet. So there you go. It's perfect timing. So that's that's what we decided to do 2 years ago. So yeah. So you guys can see how he did again today. And if you guys like, give me a subscribe and give me a likes and comment. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
So this is Yuki's cylinder head. Before I put his valve guides in, I went ahead and poured his exhaust. So I hope he enjoys that, because the best way to pour is without the valve guides in the way, so you can actually get in there. But yeah, Yuki wants to make a lot of power, so figure I'd do some nice pour job for him. This is Yuki's crankshaft out of his SR20 that was all scored up, blown up. Let's check to see how much run out it has. Oh, not good. Yeah, so that bad boy is a whole 50 thou. That. Oh yeah, thing's fucked. So this is the official Nissan engine gasket kit that they sell you, I guess, for the SR20s. Never actually used one of these. I actually just piece all the gaskets myself. So we're gonna look at to see what this stuff comes with. Alright, comes with a very garbage composite gasket. Alright, whatever. Anyways, this composite gasket is very trash. And so is this exhaust gasket. The VT actually has a full 7-layer MLS exhaust gasket from the factory. This is the part number for it. And yeah, that's what they sell for the VET turbos. And this is what they sell for the DETs. And I think the S15 also is the same gasket actually. Here we're doing the radius exhaust valve job, which is a continuous radius all the way up to the 45-degree seating angle, which you can see right here on the gray. I lapped this one in so you can see where it laps, and the valve's pretty oversized, so it opens up the throat a lot compared to the factory. That's what the factory looks like, and that's what the oversized radius valve job. So the radius helps the flame funnel up into the runner the best, unlike the factory valve job, which is supposed to be sharp in the fine angle so it sprays the fuel better, atomizes the fuel. But this is what the factory exhaust valve job looks like. It's very chromy, very steppy. And that's the one that we did, so yeah, valve jobs where the power's at. Doing the valve job on the intake side, however, we ran out of seat. As you can see, there is no material left for the seating angle to go into. So we're gonna have to do bigger seats in this head. We got the exhaust all done, but the intake valve is just a little too large for these factory seats, so now we have to install seats. It's gonna be a big difference when it's done. Alright, so Yuki's SR20 intake valves are a little too big for his factory valve seats. As you guys can see, we hogged this one out for the new valves so much that a 45 didn't even get to come in and it was already paper thin. So if we were to kept going, it would have been over here on the aluminum, which is not good. You cannot clamp down the valves against the aluminum. You have to have the valve seats. So we got these oversized aftermarket valve seats. Their purpose is to install in here and B, the clamping surface of the valve for it to make the seal against the head, and it needs to be bigger than the valve itself because it needs to have enough material for it to come down and compensate for all the heat and abuse that it's going to get into it when it gets pounded up and down. So this valve seat is big enough. It's 1.5 inches, 125 thou bigger than the valve itself, so it should be just fine. It's gonna have to order 8 of them. So I'm working on Yuki's SR20, and Yuki, I'm gonna borrow your thermostat because I need it for my KA, and I don't think you need this anytime soon. So he's probably gonna buy a new thermostat, so it'll be all right. So yeah, I need heat, Yuki. Okay, so Yuki's valve seats came in. Round metallic inserts that we insert in the head because his valves were too big for the original factory seats, so we have to insert these round metallic inserts that we can cut. So this is like the little mini boring head that we use, kind of like what we see in a Bridgeport milling machine. So it uses this little fixture to dial itself in. It's got like a little micrometer. So once you get it all trimmed up and you get the right press fit, start and sleeve, sport to 90 for Yuki. This is your pile of stuff. These are the springs that we bought. Very nice. Beehive. Drilling Yuki's head for 1/2 inch head studs. Big threads. Alright, so we installed ARP main studs on Yuki's SR20 block. Now we're measuring the clearance on the housing bores. After installing them to 75 foot-pounds, we're getting about 5. Yuki's SR20 with the front cover, machine to match the deck. 90. Okay, we got Yuki's 2.2 90mm SR20 bottom end. Put some sleeves on them. Did the 90mm bore, bought the oversized pistons for him. He also got these super fancy Corilla rods. Okay, now we got Yuki's SR20 head. Finished the 1/2 inch drilling on the head. Now we're gonna do the combustion chambers opening. So we're gonna mill all that Dykem red because now he's got 90mm bores or 4mm. Alright, so right before final assembly we find a broken valve cover bolt on Yuki's SR20 cylinder head. Fairly common for these things, so what we're gonna do is first soak it with some Penetro, brought to you by... So the left hand drill bit didn't quite work on video. I wanted it to. So we got the second best invention, the easy outs. So I'm gonna shove this little guy in there. This is Yuki's SR20 DET cylinder head. Fully built, we installed interlocking oversized intake valve seats. Open up the combustion chambers to 90mm. I haven't whipped up this kit in a while, but we're doing Yuki's SR20 valve height adjustments. So we're dialing them in, the spring heights and the valve shims. Notice how we got the GSC Beehive springs installed. These are super. Yuki's SR20 cylinder head. Close with this 2.2. Got Yuki's S15 cylinder head back in the valve job machine because I'm changing the cutter I use in the intakes. I like this one a lot better. Another thing that I'm doing here is installing this Massworks KSR exhaust stud kit. Goes with these nice exhaust manifold studs, pretty nice stuff. So that really dresses up the engine. We got Yuki's S14 SR20 DET cylinder head. We did the valve lash. We put the Beehive back alloy springs on there. If you can see them, they're pretty freaking cool. It's all dialed in. We got about 9. We got Yuki's oil pan. I always tell people to buy a nice oversized aftermarket oil pan for their SR20s because the factory oil pan just sucks. But this is a very nice piece. I run this on my motor. Run it for many years. And thing's looking super nice, man. I hate putting the head on because then you can't see the pistons in the sleeves, but it is what it is, man. Can't wait to see this thing running in this S15. Also ported his exhaust side. So this is the camshaft that I chose for Yuki's build. It's very conservative on the duration, 264 intake and exhaust. That'll make good power on the down low RPMs, and it's got very good lift, which will fill up the cylinder with a lot of air and make a lot of power. So alright, we're finishing up Yuki's motor. I was waiting on the oil squirters for the camshafts. It's always a good idea to buy these brand new because you can't physically clean these unless you cut that piece off right there because they're welded. And we got Yuki's brand new clutch, brand new hardware, ARP for pressure plate bolts and flywheel bolts. Get at least the flywheel bolts because that's very necessary. That's what holds the whole assembly.
Alright guys, that's it for the video today. Thank you for watching all that. As you can see, the engine is coming really nice. Thank you to JP again. Pretty soon we are going to pick it up the engine from JP. As you guys follow me, my shop is almost done. I would say 30% is done. Pretty soon to be have a roof, and once roof is up, paint the floors. Time to move into the shop and start building the S15. So I am so excited to do that, and that's actually hopefully happen this year. You know, I would like to hit some event with my S15 this year. That's actually being my 2 years since last time I drifted. That's crazy. That was on 2021 on the like last Lock City event, literally out there. Probably I would say this, no, not December. There is no event, but I think November or October event. Since then it's broken, so in 4 months from now, that's gonna be exactly 2 years, and I really hope to get to drive end of the year this year with my S15. So pray for me, and again, if you guys like the video, please give me a subscribe, give me a comment, give me a likes, and let me know how you guys think we doing, or what do you guys want to see on the video, and then maybe we can come up with something. Again, thank you, have a good day.